Disney's mega event D23 was bursting with news about Avatar 3, Star Wars, and much more. And the gossip factory around the next Marvel projects is also buzzing. Get all the details now in the KinoCheck news. News from Pandora. During the D23 Expo, James Cameron spoke about the third part of his Avatar film series and revealed the first details about the title and plot. The title of Avatar 3 will be Fire and Ash. Cameron also presented the first concept drawings, which show Neytiri on a Banshee, giant airships, and the mysterious ash people of the Na'vi, who are strongly attracted to violence and power. The director promised that the third film will take viewers to new, unexplored regions of Pandora, and the adventure should not only be visually impressive, but also deeply moving. The plot picks up shortly after the events of Avatar 2: The Way of Water, and follows Jake and Neytiri as they encounter the Ash People. Among the new characters is Varang, who is played by Game of Thrones actress Una Chaplin. David Thewlis and Michelle Yeoh are likewise part of the future cast, although the latter will not make an appearance until Avatar 4. In addition to the new cast members, many familiar faces from the previous movies are also returning, including Sigourney Weaver, Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Stephen Lang, and Kate Winslet. Fire and Ash was originally planned as one film together with The Way of Water. However, due to the sheer amount of material, Cameron decided to split the story into two movies. Avatar 3 will be released in cinemas on December 19, 2025. And according to The Hollywood Reporter, Cameron is also working on a new Terminator project. But it's still unclear whether this involves a series or a film. This year's D23 at the Anaheim Convention Center in California gave Disney the opportunity to provide fans with all kinds of trailers and announcements about their new projects. Here are some of the highlights. Let's start off with news from the galaxy far, far away. The audience was able to admire the first footage from the upcoming Star Wars film The Mandalorian and Grogu. It featured, among others, the titular characters embarking on a new journey together. Babu Frick, known from Star Wars Episode 9, made a small appearance as well, and flew together with Grogu in a spaceship. There were also shots of a snow-covered planet reminiscent of Hoth from The Empire Strikes Back, including huge AT-ATs. The Mandalorian and Grogu will be released in cinemas on May 22, 2026. Daredevil Born Again. As far as Marvel is concerned, we got to see the first footage of Daredevil Born Again with Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock. They also introduced a new hero, White Tiger, and a new antagonist, Muse. The series will comprise a total of 18 episodes, which will be released in 2 batches. Filming for the first 9 episodes was completed in May 2024, and there's no exact release date on Disney Plus for Daredevil Born Again. But we do already know the month, namely March 2025. The Fantastic Four, meanwhile, showed up in their new costumes. Instead of the classic black and blue costumes, the team wore a lot more white. The design was first used in the 1980s, and according to Screen Rant, appears to be a reference to the John Byrne era of the team. The new Fantastic Four score by composer Michael Giacchino was also added. The targeted theatrical release date is July 25, 2025. Moreover, Black Panther director Ryan Coogler presented the upcoming series Ironheart, in which Riri Williams has to deal with a new threat. The series is due to be released in March 2025. Marvel Animation gave the audience the first exclusive insights into their animated series What If Season 3, X-Men 97 Season 2, Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies, and the Spider-Man Project, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. There was also a lot more going on at D23. The live-action adaptation of Lilo and Stitch is making further progress and featured a short clip of Stitch bursting out of the screen. The approximate release date was visible in the background, summer 2025. The music for the sequel Tron Ares will no longer be composed by Daft Punk, as in Tron Legacy, but by Nine Inch Nails. In addition to lead actor Jared Leto, Jeff Bridges will also be seen again in the film. However, we will not have to do without Garrett Hedlund and Olivia Wilde, who took on the leading roles in Tron Legacy. Jared Leto plays Ares, a digital program that has the task of crossing over into the real world. In the first scenes, according to Variety, Ares was seen touching the rain in the real world. The targeted release date for Tron Ares is October 9th, 2025. And we'll also be returning to Zootopia next year, alongside Judy Hopps and the cunning fox Nick Wilde. The sequel will feature all kinds of new animals, such as a snake named Gary, voiced by Ke Huy Quan, who is described as extremely creepy, slippery, and highly poisonous. Pixar, on the other hand, presented a new series, Dream Productions from the Inside Out universe, which deals with the making of our nocturnal dreams. And of course, there were all kinds of new trailers to enjoy as well. On our channel, you can find brand new insights into Mufasa the Lion King, Moana 2, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, Agatha All Along, and the live-action adaptation of Snow White. Probably the most likable superhero family in film history is returning. After Incredibles 2 was a huge success with worldwide box office takings of over $1.2 billion, it seems that they now want to build on these impressive figures, as Part 3 is officially in development. The film is to be directed by none other than Pixar veteran Brad Bird, who was also responsible for the previous 2 parts and the Oscar-winning Ratatouille. The announcement was made by Pixar boss Pete Docter during Disney's D23 Expo. However, there's still no further details about the plot of Incredibles 3. And speaking of sequels, Jennifer Lee, Chief Creative Officer of Disney Animation, also confirmed that Frozen 3 is set to hit theaters in 2027. And in keeping with this, a first concept image was released showing Elsa and Anna riding through a fairy tale landscape. Meanwhile, the release date has been further specified. Frozen 3 is due to be released in cinemas on November 24th, 2027. Woody and Buzz, in turn, will be back in 2026 in Toy Story 5. However, the first teaser was met with astonishment by D23 visitors. A metallic gripper arm could be seen lifting a number of characters, including Woody, Buzz, and Jessie out of the frame. This animation looks surprisingly familiar to fans. In fact, it was already used for an Apple Watch dial in 2017, as software developer Dylan McDonald explained on his X account. What Disney was thinking here remains a mystery. Attention gaming fans! Deadpool director Tim Miller will be responsible for a new anthology series in which a number of well-known video games are going to play a significant role. According to Deadline, the series is entitled Secret Level and is described as one of Amazon Prime's biggest projects. Secret Level follows in the footsteps of Miller's Love, Death, and Robots and will present a collection of animated short films. The difference, however, is that this time it will be about video games. Although Prime Video is currently holding back on official details, initial rumors suggest that titles such as New World, the indie hit Spelunky, and various PlayStation franchises could be among the video game IPs to be adapted. There is no launch date yet. Welcome to the Gossip Factory. As part of a Q&A session on the website Cosmic Circus, Hollywood insider Alex Perez was busy spilling the beans on what is currently in the pipeline for the next Marvel projects. In advance, it should be emphasized that his information is by no means officially confirmed. But nevertheless, the hints about the future of the MCU are certainly exciting. Production on Spider-Man 4 is scheduled to start at the end of this year so that the film can be released in July 2026, a short time after Doomsday. However, Peter Parker's union with the symbiote will not be addressed until Avengers Secret War at the earliest. According to Perez, this would have a huge impact on Peter's psyche and character, as we all remember Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. The finalization of Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse will probably take quite a while. The insider expects another 2 to 3 years of waiting time. However, there are already plans for a small appearance by Miles Morales in the Multiverse Saga. There's also initial details about the sequel Shang-Chi 2. Apparently, a conflict between the Mandarin and Genghis Khan is to be thematized, which extends over several generations until present day. Sam Wilson follows in the footsteps of his predecessor as Captain America and becomes the leader of the Avengers in Doomsday and Secret Wars. Deadpool could also be involved in the films. After all, Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson is a real box office hit. The announcement that Robert Downey Jr. would be returning to the MCU as Dr. Doom is something many fans are looking forward to. According to insider Perez, It's to be a variant of Doom that does not originate from Earth 616. Doom is apparently trying to create the so-called Battle World. At the end of the multiverse saga, there will be a huge event in which the Avengers will have to face off against the X-Men. This is also said to involve an epic battle between Wolverine and Hulk. As we all know, anything is possible in the multiverse. Marvel is apparently considering bringing back a number of unexpected characters. So there's a distinct possibility that we'll get to see Steve Rogers again. According to Perez, Baron Zemo will definitely return. And even Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider could make an appearance in Avengers Secret War after his planned cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine didn't work out in the end. And there's also news regarding Loki. According to Perez, he's set to take on a central role in the multiverse saga. Sylvie is also still involved, but her role is said to be more comparable to that of Black Widow in Infinity War and Endgame. Ravonna Renslayer is set to return with the rest of the TVA for the Avengers films as well. As previously announced, the X-Men are set to play a bigger role in the MCU's upcoming projects. They'll apparently also make an appearance in the upcoming Avengers films. According to initial information, we can expect an independent X-Men adventure in 2027. Marvel's vampire hunter Blade is still struggling with problems. The production is apparently in a state of limbo, although the story is as good as finished. Blade is therefore being set up as a kind of Nick Fury for the supernatural part of the MCU. In general, Marvel seems to have some exciting horror projects up its sleeve, mainly revolving around Mephisto and Lilith. Demons, vampires, and witches will therefore not be a rarity in the future. Animation projects are also set to play a much bigger role in the MCU in the near future. An animated X-Men 97 film that's going to be released in cinemas is apparently in the works. There's also initial plans for an Eternals anime series. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, on the other hand, has not even started yet, but a second season is already in the works. There seems to be a lot going on behind the scenes at Marvel, and we're curious to see how much of the insider's report will become true in the end. Because even if the current information is true, as we all know, plans can be thrown overboard again. It wouldn't be the first time in the MCU. That was the biggest news of the week. You want even more Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars? Then take a look at our latest D23 trailer compilation. In it, you'll find every single trailer released during the Disney D23 weekend. We hope you enjoy it.